Okay, in this tutorial, we're going to review the automation rules. Now, automation rules allow you to apply some actions based on some triggers. Okay, and we have three separate triggers that you can use to apply these actions. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and review and show you how to use each of the three triggers. So to get to the automation rules, you'll see the link down here under automation. Simply click that and it will load this screen for you. Now we can create, as you see, we have no rules. So let's go ahead and create our first rule. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to name that rule. Now this first one here is I'm going to use our new subscriber trigger. So I'm just going to name this new subscribers. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is choose our trigger. Okay, so as you'll see here, we have new subscriber, interaction point, and subscribers. Now I will review each of these one by one. So right now we're just going to start with a new subscriber. Okay, now what this is this is for any subscriber that is brand new. Okay, and let me explain that a little bit. You could have had an existing subscriber who has unsubscribed from you. That would not fall into the category of a new subscriber because they're not really new, right? They've already interacted with you. They've already been a subscriber in the past and then may have resubscribed. But this particular trigger will not trigger any of the actions you apply. It will only apply to brand new subscribers. Okay, so as you'll see here in my subscriber count here, I'm not listed as a subscriber, but I'm going to go ahead and set this up here so we can give it a test. All right, so what I can do with new subscribers is I can add a tag to that subscriber record once they've subscribed. I can subscribe them to a sequence, so I can get them into one of our evergreen sequences, if I'd like, or the reminder sequences. And I can also add them to an existing segment, okay? Or I can do all three, or multiples of all three, okay? So let's go ahead and set a few of these up. So right now I'm going to add a tag. It's going to be one of them. Now it will show you any of the existing tags here. If you don't see the one you want, we'll say this is a demo tag. You can go ahead and add those right here. Now I could add multiple tags if I wanted to. So let's just say I wanted to add these. Okay, so these are the two tags I'm going to add. Now I can also subscribe myself to, the new subscriber to a sequence automation that I have set up under our sequences here, evergreen or reminder. Now what's going to display in this dropdown is basically any active sequences that I have. Okay, so right now I have this one here. I'm just going to go ahead and subscribe myself to that sequence as soon as I become a new subscriber. What I'll also do is I'll go ahead and add myself to a segment. And right now I have a test. I'll just test this test automation segment. I'll go ahead and add myself to that once I become a subscriber. Now at this point, as I've said, you can have multiple actions, so multiple tags, multiple sequences, multiple segments if you'd like. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. Okay, so it's successfully updated. And what I'm going to do is go back over here. And you'll see that my status is active. So it will set you active, or this particular automation rule active, the minute that you create it. If you do not want it to be active, simply toggle it off. Maybe you want to do some editing to it first, whatever the case may be. If you have it off, obviously none of those actions will apply to the trigger. But I'm going to go ahead and keep that on. And as I've shown you, I am not a subscriber here currently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of these m.me links that I have and just get myself to be a subscriber. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just click that. It's going to load Messenger. It's going to load it in. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and go to my subscribers. And as you'll see, I've been added as a subscriber. Now let's go ahead and click my record. And there is the tags that I've added. Demo tag and this tag right here. I'm in a sequence called new test, and I've also been added to this segment. Okay, so let's go ahead and just at least check out the segment to be sure that I'm in there. Open that in a new tab here. And actually, my message was just delivered to me, which was the first one of the sequence, just a test sequence that I have set up. But here is the test automation segment, and you'll notice I am now in that segment. Okay, so those are the things that we can do with brand new subscribers. Okay, and you'll see, as I said, and we'll go ahead and look at it one more time. Let me get to my subscriber here. that all those actions have been applied as a new subscriber. All right, so we're good there. So let's go to our next one here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to toggle this one off while we're doing our testing. So there's one important thing that you need to know is that if you have multiple rules set up for different triggers, anything that is active, any of your automation rules that are set to active are going to apply the actions. Okay, so I say that because you need to be careful because you could be, kind of commingling some things that you want to happen without realizing it. So make sure that the actions you have set in each of your automation rules don't kind of overwrite each other, or maybe are duplicating things, like you're adding, new subscribers to a sequence, but then also existing subscribers, you may have a rule set up that's entering them into the same sequence. So you don't want to do that, right? You want to make sure that you have separation between all your automation rules as to not, to continue to duplicate things that from each of your active automation rules. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and just turn this one off, and I'm going to go ahead and create my next rule. Now the next one is an interaction point, okay, and I'm just going to call it STM interaction, and you'll see why here in a second, why I'm naming it that. Okay, so this particular automation here is called interaction point. You're going to click that, and what you're going to do, and what this is an interaction with one of our plugins, which is our subscriber tools here. Okay, so right now, what we offer is the send to messenger. Now we will be adding more in the future, but right now we're starting with send to messenger. So I'm going to select the send to messenger plugin, and what it's going to do is it's going to list all of my active send to messenger plugins, which you'll see. Those are, right there. These are all of them right here. Okay, these 3 are the ones that I have set up. Those are the 3 that I'm going to be able to choose from. Now, you can also choose all send to messengers, meaning if I were to choose this, that whatever actions I apply are going to be applied to any of these send to messengers that I might have out in the world, right? I might have them on different websites, on different landing pages, whatever it might be. I may have different ones there. No matter what happens when somebody clicks on any of your active send to messengers that are out in the world, if you have chosen all send to messengers, then this action or whatever actions you apply will apply to all of them. So no matter which one they click, these actions are going to be applied to it. Now, you can also choose individual send to messengers in this case, okay? And I'm going to just select this one because I want certain actions to happen when only this particular send to messenger instance is clicked, okay? I don't want it to happen to all of them. I just want this one. That way, you could set up a new automation rule for a different send to messenger and have it do a different set of actions, okay? So for this one, I'm going to choose action. Now you have, you can add tags, remove tags, subscribe to a sequence, remove from sequence, add to segment, and remove from segment. So this one, I'm actually going to kind of do the opposite. I'm going to take everything that I applied from my new subscriber automation rule, and I'm going to remove those things, okay? So I'm going to remove the tag. I believe it was that one, and let's go ahead and just double check to make sure that we have the correct ones here. Let me open this up. So demo tag and Keith Segcom, new test sequence, and this is the segment I have. And I'm going to remove myself from all of them, okay, on this particular action. So let's go ahead and, oops, don't want that. We want to remove tag. All right, and I have that as demo tag. I'm going to remove from a sequence, which is new test, and I'm going to remove from a segment this one, and actually what I'll do is I'll even add to a different segment instead. So I'll remove myself from one and put myself into another, and I'm going to go ahead and save it. Okay, now again, this is applied to this particular send to messenger. It's called CM STM test right here. This is the bot that's going to be sent when somebody clicks on that send to messenger. These are all the actions that are going to be applied when that happens, okay? So let's just go ahead and take a look at automation rules here. As you'll see, it is automatically toggled on, so make sure that that's the way that you want the status after you've created it. If you're not ready to have it go live, make sure you just toggle it off. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and open that up again so we can take a look at all of our rules and then make sure that they get applied. Now, I have loaded that particular send to messenger on this test page I have right here, and there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and click it. Okay, and the message was sent. right here. Here it is, just a test, little test bot I have attached to it. But let's go ahead and now take a look at our subscriber here. Okay, so we're going to just refresh the page. All right, and I'm going to take a look. Okay, tags are all gone, sequence is gone, and now I'm in the test group segment, not the other one, right? Because I removed myself from that. So let's just go ahead and double check that and make sure that that's what happened. Okay, this is the one it was in. I'm now out of it. And this is the one I should be in. And I am. All right, great. So everything is looking good there. So now what I can do, so now we know that that's all these actions have been applied. Now what I'm going to do is hop back over to our automation rules. I'm going to go ahead and just shut this one off while I'm demonstrating. And we're going to create and show you the last trigger. The last trigger is blocked. Okay, so let me go ahead and explain that. I'm just going to name it blocked for right now. Now, there's really only one thing you can do at this point when you choose subscribers. Okay, these means active subscribers. The one action that we have right now, and there'll be more in the future, is if a subscriber message is blocked. Okay, so what that means is if somebody has blocked you from sending them messages, what it's going to do is automatically unsubscribe them from your list because you don't want them in your list. You don't want messages even going out to them if they've already blocked you because the message isn't going to go through anyways. So we want to get them off our list. This is basically somebody who's non-responsive, does not want messages from you. So we're going to automatically just unsubscribe them so you're not wasting space on your allotted subscriber count, right? So we can go ahead and kind of keep those people off automatically. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now, in this point, I'm not blocked, so I can't really demonstrate what that's going to happen because I'm not going to block myself. But basically, what will happen is if I ever attempt to send a message to a user and basically we get an exception back from Facebook that says, hey, you've been, this user cannot receive messages from you. They've blocked your page from sending them messages, then we will go ahead and just unsubscribe that user to try to, it's basically kind of automated list cleaning. Think of it like that. Okay, so that is our third and final automation rule for now. Of course, look into the future. We'll be announcing more automation rules as we add them. If you have any questions at all about any of the automation rules, you can always hit us up at support@segmateapp.com.